had to go to the old Wally World to get Nate Valentine's Day cards. Y'all already know how it be when you're in the grades. So they had sold out of all of the cards. So I had to get these kind, but these will be even better because we can write a lot on there. So where's the list at with all your friends' names on them? She said it's on Class Dojo?
Yeah, but that was before Brandon was in the class, so just
add Brandon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of just start with Brandon first.
I'm hot. What's up, y'all? Class Dojo. Class Dojo. Come here, bring me what I got you for Valentine's Day, Nate.
Okay.
And show everybody what you got.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Do you take the tag off?
Yeah.
So it doesn't poke me.
Show everybody.
We got dinosaur.
Say, I'm so loved.
I'm so loved?
You are. You're so loved. Okay, here's their names. All right, I got it. So, Ryan, Claire, Scarlett. Does that sound like them?
Those were every single girl.
That's big, huh?
Yeah, that's Ryan, Claire, Scarlett, Elijah, Easton.
What's up, everybody? Do you want to write it, Nate, who it's to and stuff, or do you want me to do this?
No, because you do.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Come on in. Let's talk recovery. Let's talk whatever. I put Nicole. Love Nicole. Love Nate. Nate P.
Wait, what's my username?
Hey, Pixie. My day's going good. How about y'all's? How's y'all's days? For those of you guys that are new here, look at my new opal ring I got. I love it so much. I love it so much. Hey, Maya. Hey, DeMarcus, or DeMacros. Hey, Heather. To Ryan. Love, Nate. Hey, Spirit, what's up? Hey, Virginia. You want to get off Suboxone? Then why don't you start tapering, honey? Start a taper. My boss just put up a video about getting off of Suboxone and benzos. If y'all want to watch it, it's up on his channel, which is Dr. B Addiction Recovery. It was a good video. I wanted to say I'm new here from Lakota Sioux from Res, currently in chronic pain in Texas, and I am very naive. Okay, what's up? Hey, Becky. Hey, Ann. Hey, Teresa. Thank you. I didn't know all my life that you all had to pay for a burial plot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, honey. You got to pay for a lot. Yeah. You don't have to do that on the res there? What, Nate? What, Nate?
Nothing.
Okay. Oh, thank you. So I'll show you guys. So I am obsessed with opals. So this is a pipe opal by her name is Sarah Lonando, and I follow her on Instagram. And as you can see, it's got the pink, you can see a little pink and purple right here, blue. I mean, in the light, you can see all the flashes of green, and it's so special, you guys. I love it. And then this one is a crystal opal, and it looks like it's clear, but it's really like a peachy orange, purple, blue. You can see the flashes when it's at certain angles. It's really pretty. So, okay, let me keep on going. Clear Scarlet is next. Yeah, it's hard. Whenever you're trying to get off Suboxone, you have to do a low and slow taper. I tapered off Suboxone in January, but I ended up getting back on because of my depression. So just take it slow, you know? Don't try to rush. Her name is Sarah. I'll show you guys her Instagram because she's badass.
It says the email is invalid.
Ploudre7156 at gmail.com.
You have to put this.
Yeah, you got to put the Gmail. So what we're doing right now, y'all, is we're doing my son's Valentine's Day cards for his friends. So what do you guys want to talk about? I'm gonna let you guys choose the topic, okay? So what do y'all want to talk about? Easton Evan Lauren. Easton Evan Lauren. Okay, let me show you the girl who makes these rings. Easton Evan Lauren. Twisted Copper is what she's called. Twisted Copper by Sarah. And then, okay, so I want to show you so I almost got a stone like that. I think next time I'm going to do that because it's like, okay, so this is where I chose my stone. It was the second one right there. It was that one. I almost got that one right there.
Am I playing some sort of freaking Indian game?
Okay, so anyway, sorry about that, y'all. I love opal rings. That's why I'm showing you guys. So what's our topic for tonight? So we got two pixies in here, Pixie Dust and Pixie. So are y'all the same person or are y'all different people? I noticed that the other night. Easton Evan Lauren.
What will be my password?
Yeah, I was like, huh. It can be anything, Nate. What do you want it to be? Make it Nate. You know, make it what we usually make it. Easton. I'm Pisces. March 8th. Hey, Allie. What's up, girl? Will you share this video on Facebook, Allie? And in the Telegram chat? So, okay. I guess I'll just kind of chit-chat with you guys. And if y'all want to talk about something, you'll let me know. So, I am a Pisces. I got sober in July 13th of 2015. I got sober after my son got taken from me by CPS. It was the wake-up call that I had to have to make a change in my life. Me and my husband were both in active addiction, and we both got sober at the same time and fought for our son. Our little boy saved our life. He's the reason why we're alive today. He's the reason why we're doing anything, honestly. Because we were a hot mess. Can I ask you a question about my addiction at some time on the stream? Yeah, you can ask me anything. Go ahead, Pixie. I'm listening. Thanks, Sinalosaurus, or Sinalosaur. My son being taken away from me, you guys, is what really opened up my eyes. I had been in my active addiction for many, many years. I started using drugs when I was 17 years old. It started out with just like alcohol and weed and prescription pills. And then I tried methamphetamine for the first time. And once I tried methamphetamine, it was like, this is where it's at, you know? It gave me energy. It made me feel good. It kept me skinny. And I felt like I needed it. Okay, Angel. Thank you for letting me know that, baby. It was like the thing that I fell in love with because it gave me energy. It kept me skinny. It gave me self-confidence because I felt, insecure. I didn't feel beautiful. And I was a young girl, And so once I started using methamphetamine on a daily basis, which was by the time I was 18, I was addicted to it. Not accepted in groups you thought you would be welcome in. I wanted to join a Get Healthier Moving Your Body type group by a lady who lost over 100 pounds since I was bedridden. I would not join. Why not, Pixie? What is weed? I'm very dumb. Weed is marijuana. Um, when I was 14, I started smoking weed, and I cannot stress enough that I never stopped. I have never in my life taken a tolerance break, but I understand how lucky I am. Yeah, you're very fortunate. So, somebody asked me last night if I thought weed was a gateway drug. And what I mean by that is, like, I don't think it's like gonna make me use other drugs, but what happened was when I started using it, it kind of like opened up my because I didn't have access to people that were using other substances until I started using, A marijuana addict. It's kind of like the same advice I would give somebody that smokes cigarettes, y'all, because cigarette addiction is serious. Okay, cigarettes are hard to quit. So is marijuana, right? And so, like, what I had to do to quit cigarettes was I got rid of everything in my home that had anything to do with smoking, okay? I got rid of my ashtrays. I got rid of the cigarette butts. I got rid of everything. Lighters, everything. And then I told my husband, do not buy me any cigarettes. And I locked myself down as far as like access to cigarettes. And that really, really helped me. Another thing that helped me, you guys, is Wellbutrin. So Wellbutrin it can be used as a smoking cessation medication. And that's what it did for me. Even though I told her how motivated to move more, I wanted the extra support from someone who was larger, and she told me I was too large. Who told you that, Pixie? I'm so sorry that happened. That pisses me off. Listen to me, kind of hurt my feelings. I'm so much better than I was in November. Hell yeah. And listen to me, you're never too big or large to get your body moving. Okay? Y'all want to know what I did? And I was mortified doing it. It's called Wellbutrin. I joined, what is it called when you go to, it was like a personal training thing, but it was really hardcore. It was where it's like in a building with no air condition and it's really, really hot. And you're like doing all these different things like lifting weights, kickboxing. It's really hardcore. I joined that, right? I joined that and I literally did it for the month that I signed up for, and I CrossFit. Yes, I joined CrossFit, okay, in 2020, and I thought that I was going to die, literally die, okay, and I stayed. I made it through the first month, but then I said, see ya, Elizabeth, Brandon, and Ben. It was so hard. It made me sick.
Wait, Brandon's on there now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. She must have updated it.
Yeah, Elizabeth. Yeah, it really did help me a lot to stop smoking. Some people replace, smoking with vaping, but I've heard that vaping is just as bad, y'all. What do you guys think?
No.
You don't think so, Nate?
No.
Nate says it's not.
It's not as bad, but it shouldn't be.
Really, Stephanie? Yeah, it totally helped me. I mean, I didn't realize it helped because I had already started quitting, but now that I look back on it, totally did. Oh, it worked so good. I was so happy, y'all. Because the reason, y'all want to know why I quit smoking cigarettes? It has a lot to do with my son. So one day, me and Nate, he was 3 years old, okay?
Like, I remember that exactly.
You do?
Yes.
He was 3 years old, and we were outside in the garage, and I was smoking a cigarette, and I had all these cigarette butts on the ground and stuff, and Nate was like, I was probably live streaming or something like that, and Nate, he walked over to me, he bent down, he grabbed a cigarette butt out of my ashtray, and he goes, look, no, Mom, I'm smoking. And I was like, I started crying. I was like, no, I knew right then that he was watching my every move. Everything that I did, this little boy was acting it out. Okay? Everything that I did. And that's when I knew. I was like, that's it. That's all. I'm literally dropping it. And I quit that day. I walked away from cigarettes that day.
Did you
Honey,
that day? Did you stop it forever?
I stopped it forever. Nate, when you saw me smoking, did you think it was cool because I was smoking?
No.
I, I mean,
I didn't know what it was.
you didn't know what it was,
That's yeah.
but you were just thinking you were going to do it like mom.
I was like, what?
Yeah, you were like, look, mom, it's me, I'm smoking. Oh, I know, right? I smell so good now. I didn't realize how bad I stunk from it, you know? I didn't realize it. You don't realize it until you stop, you know?
You're like,
But that's when I realized that my son, like, your children are watching everything that you do. Every single thing that you do, they're watching it. If you don't, and this is what I'm telling you guys, like, if you're using substances in your home and you have children and you think that they don't know, they know. They know. Okay? My son, my sister got me a medical marijuana, what is it called? A cart. You know, you can smoke the cart. And I had it for probably like a couple of months, and I would just take a pull off of it every now and then. This little guy right here, he wouldn't even have, he would look at me and go, what's wrong with you? Why are you smiling so much, Mom? Why are your eyes like that? Why are your eyes glassed over? Why are your eyes red? And I'm like, or what's that smell? I can smell it. It smells nasty. And he knew. He is so smart. And so I can't put nothing past Nate. I can't do anything. He knows it. So if I wanted to go out and use, I couldn't because he would know. Oh, hey, what's up, Julie? Welcome to the family. Hey, Emery, what's up, babe? And he moved, and I don't know. Nate is a little, like, I'm serious. If I wanted to party, I couldn't because Nate would straight up end it. Huh, buddy? You're helping Mama stay straight, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, children are very, very smart. And, you know, he could tell, Nathaniel can tell when my personality is different, anything like that, you know? And he'll straight up call me on it. Hey, thanks, Julie. I appreciate you. So, what do y'all want to talk about? Eden, is Jet in your classroom, Nate?
yeah.
All right, Eden, Jet, and Arthur.
You know, Eden.
Yes, these are the Valentine's Day cards I got for my son's school. Yep, I'm making them right now for all of his friends. So earlier when we were kind of talking about, you know, the situation with JK, and we were wrapping that up. Did y'all go over and watch the video I told y'all to watch by the Wildflower Tea Girl? Did y'all go watch that video? That was your homework. No. The treadmill, I need to do that. I really appreciate you, Julia. Thank you so much. I saw Jen Kenny mentioned in her community tab that she spoke with Jessica and Reese. Hey, Kanesher, what's up? I watched the video. Did you see Jen's post about talking to her and Reese? Yeah, I read it yesterday. I read it on my live earlier.
So, Mom.
What,
Dad
baby?
May, or one of y'all may.
I have watched all the videos by everyone. Me
They
too.
said one of y'all may get me.
What's your question, Julie?
Guys,
I'll have to check it out. Whose husband's in jail? I'm like, whose husband's in jail? Bro, I think you got the wrong live stream. Ain't nobody in jail around here, honey. How do I know? Because I'm really good friends with Mindy. I talk to her every day. I just talked to her 20 minutes ago. So I know that they're not going to be boyfriend and girlfriend if that's what y'all are asking.
Dad, Dad told me for a Valentine's gift that he may get me the Call of Duty World at War.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, there's Mindy doesn't want that. Like, honestly, you guys, like Mindy and Reese, I don't even think they were even talking about doing that. I mean, do could they have like hung out together to make Jessica mad? That's possible. But are they going to be together? No, absolutely not. I promise you that. Okay? I promise you that. Um Struggling today with eating, working at home. I eat a lot when home. Emery, if you're try to try to keep a food journal. That's what I do. I'm still shocked about JK. I always thought she was honest. I lost over 200 pounds and starting to gain it back. Hey, it's okay. I am too. I'm gaining a little bit weight back, but I'm starting my food journal again. You know what I'm saying? Oh, did I put something in timeout that I didn't mean to? If I did. Yeah, Canishir. Is that the right? Did I say it right? Canishir. Well, how do you say it? And it's so easy to justify. I really like watching addiction recovery content because I relate to the obsession part of these intense substance addictions. Oh yeah, like food is literally just like drugs. You know, it gives us the same dopamine hits that drugs do. You know, can is her. Okay, can is her. Can is her. Sorry about that. I was almost right. Right? Hey. You know what? I did to lose weight. Resistance with food. If you can resist it a little, you can. I've always loved how transparent and honest you are. Thanks, Julie. I really appreciate that. Here's the thing. Like, I feel like, okay, so today Luke put up a video, you guys, that was really good. Okay, I want y'all to go watch Luke GTV's video he did today. Today he made a video and he watched an old video of Jessica's about her having ASPD, antisocial personality disorder. The video that he put up today reacting to her old video that is deleted now was really good. The video that he was watching that she has since deleted was really good. It was back when she was super transparent and she was just like, you could tell that she was actually like working recovery. She was being honest. It was a good video. That is the Jessica that I feel like everybody misses and wants to see get back on track, you know? This channel helping with that. Oh yeah, I love me some bread and pasta. It is but less poison, yeah. Just remember that when you're having triggered. Absolutely. That's one of my main. So I don't know if you guys saw my video, but I made a video about methamphetamine triggers. And the number one thing that I do whenever I'm triggered is I remember when. I remember when I lost custody of my son. And that's how I stay sober. That and I start snitching on my addiction. Yeah, so I really want you guys, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about real fast because Luke's video was really good. Let me show y'all. And I actually was like, because I can give credit where credit's due, right? And so he was saying the same thing. He was like, she was so transparent here. She was so honest. You could tell that she really was, genuine when she was speaking in this video, I really liked it. Oh, he probably took it down because, no, here it is. This one.
And then it just continues to give a background on my childhood and my parents and all of that. Jessica has a personality style that involves a degree of adventuredness, risk-taking, and a tendency to be rather impulsive. Others may view her as pragmatic or perhaps unsympathetic in her relationships. Now, I also agreed with that because at this point in my life, I didn't know Reese. I hadn't fallen in love with Reese. And I really just didn't see the.
Okay, I'm gonna just stop it right there, Jess.
Ah.
Okay, you fell in love.
He's
definitely bugged out.
So anyway, I don't want to, his commentary I don't want to listen to, but she was like really being like transparent and honest in that video. And I don't know why she took it down. I wonder why she deleted that video, because it was a good video and it was talking about her ASPD. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the Jessica that I actually liked watching her content. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the person that I think a lot of people are praying and hoping comes back to the internet, you know? But here's the thing, like, I also saw some people commenting on his page saying, like, you guys, when people make videos about other people on YouTube, it's so funny to me when people comment and say, oh, you're building your whole channel off of da-da-da-da-da. Y'all, that YouTube is all about, like, commentary, opinions, content, like, there's nothing wrong with like making videos, you know, about other people or sharing, you know, your opinion on somebody else's content. I mean, that's what social media is all about, you know? It always makes me laugh whenever I see people kind of like try to say that, like it's a negative thing, you know? He has so many videos. They're not all about her. Just like I have over 2,000 videos on this channel. 2,000. Okay? 2,000. She was actually not fair to me. I saw it myself before it blew up. Yeah, so that's why I stuck up for Mindy. That's why I said something. But now I feel like it's all kind of going crazy. You know, my daughter's friend was doing meth, not sure if she still is. Last night they were here and she was dressed in summer clothes in the 50s. I gave her warm pajamas. I think she's not being. Yeah, I used to do the same thing. I used to wear, like really hot clothes in the middle of summer, like long johns, because I would have track marks all over my arms. Peter, what's this name? Severian. Peter or Porter? Porter. Sorry. I thought it was Peter, but it's Porter. I know who Porter is.
Yeah, I do.
I know, good old Porty Port. But
No.
I liked that video that he did about that video. So anyways, I'm really looking forward to see how everything pans out though. And like I said before when we were talking, there's nothing wrong with, you know, asking questions and holding content creators accountable. You know, like I would expect you guys to do the same to me. You know? I cannot wait to get my teeth done, y'all, this Friday. I hope that I'll be able to walk out of there with a new grill.
Grills?
Yeah, a new grill, baby.
What's that?
My teeth. My teeth. You don't want your mom to be toothless, do you? If you don't know somebody personally and they're doing something that's not conducive to their recovery, okay, so that's a good question. I mean, I don't know a lot of people personally, and you know what you could do? You could reach out to somebody if you don't feel comfortable. You could reach out to somebody that does know them personally and say, hey, you know, I'm really concerned for XYZ. I have seen, I put my name again. I have seen them acting, you know, erratically lately, and I just don't want anything bad to happen to them. You know, could you check on them and make sure that they're okay? That kind of thing, you know? But if you're a person in recovery and is Mira?
Mira.
Okay. If you're a person in okay. If you're a person in recovery, I think it's okay to say to somebody like, hey, I'm just worried about you. You know, I'm just worried about you. That's all. Like I would have never known any of this if if the drama hadn't popped off on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Because, well, I'm sure Mindy would have ended up telling me, but it wouldn't have been like it is now, you know, all over the internet, which, I don't know. I had years of doing the Valentine's for the kids the night before. They grow up way too fast. Amen. Hopefully the message from Jen means Jess is working on being honest about her relapse and will get help. I hope so too. I messaged Jen today, and she actually, we messaged each other, and we talked about that. We both said the same thing. We hope that, I said, I hope she's going to be honest, and Jen said, I hope so too. I think that she will. And I said, you know, that's all we can hope for, is that this will be, you know, a change for her, you know?
Oh yeah, Mom.
And this is what, baby?
I don't know why. Since
What?
I like Call of Duty and like Modern Warfare,
Mhm.
which is like World War II games, I literally just wrote like at the top of my Valentine's bag. I just wrote MW, which stands for Modern Warfare.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know why. I just did.
Because you're just a modern warfare animal, huh?
Look.
Hey, don't do that, Dane. Don't be nasty. Don't be nasty, crotch-a-lotcha head. I love you. Really? What happened, Allie? Just got done watching her video, and I'm now 11 minutes in here.
Wait, who's
Allie watches my channel, Nate. She's one of my people, one of my members.
which Allie?
Alley Cat. You guys, if y'all didn't join my membership or my Patreon, y'all missed out. We had so much fun last night. I feel like we had a good time, don't you guys? Allie, y'all had a good time, didn't y'all? And I asked a question in comments that was deleted. For what, Emery? I was a JK longtime sub. Only reason I knew about Mindy or what happened is because of JK, not Mindy. Didn't even know who she was. I was really surprised why she was being so rough on Mindy. Then I asked a question in the comments and was deleted. Ooh, that sucks. Charlie, is that somebody, Nate?
Huh?
Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys. Listen to me. You can join my Patreon. It's $2. Okay? Because I am combining my patrons and my members, and we are doing the live stream with patrons and members. And if you join Patreon, then it gives you access to the 400 videos in my Patreon. And it's literally all recovery content. So if you're somebody who's like struggling with your recovery, or you're trying to get into recovery, I'm not like a therapist or anything, but I just really feel like I do a good job. I feel like I do a good job sharing my recovery to make it easy for people to understand. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I break it down, like my relapse prevention stuff. That's what I was going to tell you guys. We were supposed to go live tonight. We need to get to that and talk about, remember earlier today when we were live this morning, we were going to talk about best practices to stay sober every day. He got pulled over for speeding and got a ticket, but he had a box with Narcan in it in the back seat of his car, and the cop was an ass about it. I wonder why. He said, that's crazy. That's really good for him to have that. It saves lives. How do you ignore the voices telling me to eat certain foods? The voices keep telling me to do it. Again, food is my drug, not because I'm hungry. Okay, so you got to do it like this, okay? That's a trigger. Okay? So listen up. This is how I'm going to teach you something. So I want you to listen. Get a pen and a piece of paper. Okay, Emery? Get a pen and a piece of paper right now. Let me get this, and I'm going to write what I need to write so I can show you. Okay, I'm about to teach you the disease process. Okay? All right, so this is how the disease works in our brain. All right? So what you're experiencing right now is what you would be called a trigger, okay? So that's how the disease starts out. Or that's how it starts out in our mind, is that we have a trigger. So we could be just like hanging out that day. We could be sitting here, you know, watching a YouTuber, and a trigger can be a thought. It can be an emotion. It can be a smell. It can be a person, place, or thing. It can be, it could be anything, right? It can be a thought of, hey, I need to eat these sugar cookies. They look so good to me. Okay, so we start out with a trigger. All right, then you're going to put an arrow that goes forward from the trigger. Okay, just like that. All right, so after that trigger, we move into thought. Okay, so just like we're doing right now, we start thinking about, oh, that sugar cookie would taste good with some milk. Or I could go and hang out with Jay and get high on some dope today and nobody would know. So trigger thought, okay? We're thinking about it. Now, right now, while we're in the thought, okay, if we can turn this thought around, if we can pause it, if we can reach out for help and say, hey, I'm struggling. I'm thinking about overeating. I'm thinking about smoking meth. I'm thinking about lying to my significant other. I'm thinking about shooting up. I'm thinking about eating a whole damn fucking plate of lasagna. I did that before. It made me really sick. A whole platter. If we can pause and change our thinking, right, by reaching out for help, by snitching on our addiction, by remembering when the last time we overate and how guilty we felt and how shameful we felt. So trigger thought, then we're going to move the arrow forward again, okay? After we are in thought, then we move to obsession. Okay, now this step right here, obsession, this point is the point where you are literally planning it out. You are, okay, I'm going to get that piece of pizza and I'm going to put ranch on it. You're planning it out. You've got the whole thing mapped out. You're totally obsessing over it. It's already done. You've already done it. You just have to take the action, right? So it goes trigger, thought, obsession. Once you are at obsession, if you don't reverse and turn it around, then what comes next? Use. The pizza goes in the pie hole. The syringe goes in the arm. Okay? The smoke goes in the lungs. So trigger, thought, obsession, use. Okay? All right. So once we use, then that's when we start to crave. So a lot of people think that they are craving things. Like right now you would think, oh, I'm craving something. No, you're triggered. So a craving, you can't have a craving unless you've taken that thing into your body, okay? So that's why the phenomenon of craving happens after the use, okay? After you eat the pizza, then you crave more of the pizza. You know, when you hear a pregnant woman say, oh, I'm craving pickles, she's thinking about pickles. She has a thought that was triggered about pickles. She's not craving them until she puts the pickles in her mouth and she can crave more, okay? So the phenomenon of craving is kicked off and the addict mind, right, wants more and more and more and more. And that's the craving. So it goes trigger, thought, obsession, use, craving, spree, okay? Then you go on a well-known spree, a well-known binge for overeaters, okay? A well-known binge. And in that spree, that's when you start to feel, okay, the guilt and the shame and the remorse and the wishing that you could turn it around and not wishing you had made a different decision than what you made. And then the cycle starts over again. It's like a vicious cycle, right? So if you know that this is the disease process and you know that it starts out with you being triggered, this is the reason why I'm teaching you this, is because if you can learn this and you can identify it happening in your mind when it's happening, then you can prevent your relapse. You can prevent yourself from overeating. Okay? You can really do that. You can have the power of choice if you know what's happening in your brain when it's happening. Okay? So being triggered and thinking about food and hearing that little voice that tells you to eat, right? What you got to do is you got to start using all the coping skills that you've learned, right? Which is telling on your disease, reaching out for support, prayer and meditation, going outside, taking a walk, going on a fucking bicycle, bicycle away, right? Go hang out with people that are also in recovery. These are things that you can do to change that trigger, that thought process. Because as long as you stay focused on that trigger, you're going to move into obsessing, okay? And the obsession is what takes us all down through there, right? So it goes trigger, thought, obsession, use, craving, spree, okay? Trigger, thought, obsession, use, craving, spree. And that's why I tell everybody, like, trigger and thought right here, if you can reverse it right here, you're good to go. Once you start moving into obsession, it's so hard to turn it around. Okay? Now you still can. You can still make the decision to not eat the pizza or not shoot the dope, right? But it's almost like you've already acted it out. You've already built it all up in your mind. Like you can taste it. You're waiting on it, right? That's what obsession is. Obsession is like you got fucking drool coming from your mouth and you're like, ah, it's at your fingertips, you know? And that is what obsession is. And so that's why it's so important to identify your triggers and learn how to cope with them. Identify your triggers. Learn how to cope with them. Learn how to manage them and push through them. Do you know what I'm saying? I love this Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad. If y'all like this kind of, if y'all need help, all you have to do is say, hey, Nicole, we want to learn about addiction and recovery. And that's what I'll talk about.
I'm hungry.
Oh, you are? You want your hamburger?
No,
Yes.
I don't. I don't, Mom.
Yeah, your mouth waters. Yeah. So that is how I am able to stay away from using drugs and alcohol, is I use that trigger, thought, obsession, use. So how many of you guys have been able to identify your triggers and you know what they are? Do you guys know what your triggers are? What do you want to eat, Nate? You know what there is.
I'll have
If you know what your triggers are, I want you to tell me what they are and how you work through them. And so, like, one of my triggers is like, so for instance, with food, for me, I'm going to eat your hamburger. When I'm hungry, if I don't eat when I'm hungry and I kind of just like don't eat for the whole day and then I come home, I will binge at night. So that's why one of my triggers is, you want some pizza rolls? Is not eating and kind of like stretching myself out like that. That's why I have to, eat 3 meals a day. Eat 3 small meals a day. So that way.
And that Pop-Tart that I have.
Okay.
I've had 65 Pop-Tarts.
65 Pop-Tarts? Okay. Okay, the minute you and your husband start arguing, that's the trigger, yeah. Thanks, Teresa.
Mom, this looks a little more than 20.
Basically, any feeling of discomfort is my trigger. If I'm angry or sad, I smoke. It immediately gets rid of my stress. Yeah.
Mom, there wasn't Jace or anything under Jace or...
Okay. So if you know that whenever you get stressed out, you want to drink or use. So what you gotta start doing is learning new different techniques to deal with stress, okay? Like breathing exercises, okay? What else? That's hot. Breathing exercises. Let me think. What else do I do when I'm stressed? Breathing exercises, self-care, taking a nice hot bath. This is really important, okay? So if you practice self-care, you guys, I'm just gonna cook the whole bag, Nate. Okay? Oh shit! Sorry about that, y'all. That's a lot, so so Daddy will probably eat some of them. Okay. If you practice self-care and you keep yourself like, doing things to help you stay healthy and stay on the straight and narrow, that's gonna alleviate stress. So what you need to do, if you know that stress is something that causes you to want to use drugs, then you need to be preventing stress. So you need to, instead of dealing with stress when it happens, we need to be working on preventative measures, so that way we're not even having to worry about it, because we are already doing things that prevent it, right? Things like I said, like doing our self-care, taking a hot bath, doing, talking about how we feel, going to therapy, not keeping secrets. Remember, secrets keep us sick. I'm trying to think what else. Reaching out for help when we're feeling, down. Socializing with other people that are in recovery and having support from them. Those are all things that will help you guys. Okay. That's what happens with, that's what happens with, the drugs stop working. They stop working. Nate, I can't believe you didn't want to eat this hamburger. I made good hamburgers, homemade for you.
Like, they're too big, Mom, and there's not enough, like, cheese on them.
Okay.
And like, there's, like, weird crunchy pieces.
You want some corn on the cob?
What's my pizza rolls?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, reaching out. You guys, I know it can feel like, kind of daunting to ask somebody else for support. But once you do it a couple times, it becomes a lot easier. It helps me a lot, too. So, yeah, put them in the microwave. Trigger, thought, obsession, use, craving, right? So, the reason why they call it the phenomenon of craving is because that is what separates people who are regular people and people who have the disease of addiction, okay? People who have the disease of addiction, they have this thing called the phenomenon of craving. When they take the substance into their body responds differently than a person who doesn't have the disease. Their body goes, woo, that's good. I want some more. Give me extra of that, right? When a normal person takes, we have an air fryer and make them crispy, but, whenever you take it into your body, how do I explain this? So a normal person would say, oh, I drank 6 beers. I'm drunk. I'm drunk. I don't need to drink anymore. This is too much. I don't like feeling out of control, right? But a person who has the disease, they're like, bring on the out of control. Let's do it again. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, doesn't faze us, We are like balls to the wall, riding it out. Okay, put down the cardboard, buddy. So,
Where's my corn on the cob?
Nate, I can't just pull corn on the cob out of my hind end and make it ready, little boy. You hear him? Where's my corn on the cob,
I
Mama?
thought you already had it ready, so.
No, baby, I have to boil the water and everything.
Oh, then I don't want it.
Okay, that's fine.
It's gonna take you 16 months.
Boy, don't get sassy with me.
Wait,
16 months. But do you know what I'm saying? And so, like, my dad used to always ask me, like, he would say things like, today's the day that you're going to quit, right, Nicole? Hey, don't mess with that, Nate. Please, that's my tripod. Today's the day that you're going to quit. I just know it, right? And I would say, yes, Dad, I'm going to quit. And I would mean it with all my heart, But he didn't understand, I tried to explain to him and my mom how it was for me whenever I would, use. But they don't understand. I had a vitamin D deficiency, you guys. Last year, I went to had labs ran.
Hey, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go somewhere else because I can't hear myself?
It cost me $600. That's what makes it so hard for people to, like, do their health care. Because even with insurance, I had to pay that much, $600 out of pocket. What a bummer. So, if we take addiction to food, and we apply all this to food addiction, think about how hard it is for somebody who we have to eat to live. We have to eat to live. Um, and so somebody that struggles with food addiction, I know it feels like, it feels like you're just, it's like a never ending, you know, uphill battle. And believe me, I know. Believe me. I'm really disappointed with my insurance. I thought it would pay more for my teeth. Okay. I'm done, y'all. That was good. I was hungry. Okay. Let's go talk some recovery. Nate said I need to go in another room because he can't hear his shows. So we're going to have to go in here, y'all. Because my husband's sleeping. He went to bed early. So let me go get my whole get up. So Nate,
What?
these are all your friends' cards, okay?
Okay.
All right.
So, are you gonna bring them?
No, you're supposed to give them out in the morning, she said. So I'm going to...
Like, announce? Will she say what is she gonna say? Or do we just...
She's going to say, okay, guys, it's time for you guys to exchange your Valentine's. And you'll have... They say the name on the outside. So you'll just give them to the person that it says their name on there, okay? And put them right in here just like that. Cool?
But there's gonna be like...
Baby, you're going to be just fine, okay? I promise. It's not a big deal.
I know that.
I can't believe that's... You said there was 26 people in your... There wasn't 26 people. That was only 20.
Oh, you went to a lot of people then.
I did?
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you who all that was on the list, okay? I didn't...
Did you get Turner, Austin?
Nope. This is all the people I got. So I guess...
Mom!
Where's the other list?
Stop! That's the parent-teacher conference thing.
I know. So I need to find...
Oh my...
Turner, Austin, who else?
Turner, Austin. Did you get? Not Janet. Did you get?
Okay.
Did you get?
Well, I gotta put some... We gotta do some more people,
Did
y'all.
you get Claire?
Yeah, I got Claire. So... This is the disease process, though. So if you can remember the trigger, thought, obsession, use, craving, spree, the way I remember it is like this: TTOUCSV. Yeah. Whenever I was in rehab, the way we would have to like memorize that, and it helped me so much. So let me tell you what I mean now. So now that I know that's how my brain is working, right? Let me give you an example of a trigger, okay? So one of the main triggers that I struggle with is my weight, okay? That's a huge trigger for me, okay? I have been struggling with my weight since I was probably 17, 16, 15, and I have always felt really insecure about it, right? And so once I got sober, I was probably like 165, 170 when I got sober. And for me, I look good at that weight. I look good, Nathaniel was a year old, right? He got taken from me at 1 year old. So I had given birth to him, lost my baby weight, and gotten sober. And Turner, who else did you say, Nate? Turner and who else? Austin. I felt better than I had ever felt when I first got sober. I felt beautiful. I felt so good, you guys. But what happened was, and this is why I want you guys to listen to me, okay? What happened was I did not incorporate physical exercise into my recovery program, which I should have, okay? And that is where I went wrong. So that's why anytime I am teaching people about recovery, I always tell people to make sure that they incorporate some kind of physical exercise into their recovery program. Because it's really easy to get so hyper focused on just trying to stay away from drugs. And that's what happened to me. I was so obsessed with staying off drugs that I was solely focused on that, right? He's so cute. That's Nate. I was solely focused on staying off drugs. It was like my number one focus. And I lost sight of my physical health. Okay? And when I tell you guys, it has been the hardest thing for me because I'm so insecure about it, right? And I'm trying so hard to get myself back on track. I was 245 pounds, okay? I have lost 40 pounds. And that's how I was I was bigger than I am right now. If you guys go back like to last year, at the beginning of the year, my face was a lot fatter and I just was miserable. I was miserable, but I also I wasn't so miserable that I would make a change though. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I was miserable and I was talking about it, but I wasn't making the changes. Neighbors pass and get mad at what y'all think I'm. Mountain Pack, are you doing better? I've had the food addiction even when I was using. I was also addicted to food. Right now, I'm on subs, and that's all. Think about it. What, Evan? Yeah, I got Evan.
Lauren? Yeah.
Got Lauren.
Elijah?
Nope, I didn't get Elijah. Good job.
So, how many people would that be?
Elijah.
Juliana.
Yeah, thank you. Gotta get Juliana. Didn't get her.
That's Austin Turner, Elijah, Juliana. That was 4.
Okay, Juliana. And so.
You got Brandon 5.
Yep.
And. Okay, yeah, that's it. I think that's it.
You think that's it? So that's why, like, I want you guys to know, I don't want y'all to end up like I did, because now with my weight, it's such a trigger that it adds on a trigger that I don't need, you know? It's a trigger that I don't need to have to be dealing with, but I have to because I overate in my recovery and I gained all this weight, you know? So now it's like I'm 40, I'll be 41 in March, okay? I'll be 41. I am turning 41. I am dealing with my teeth, okay? I am dealing with my weight. I am trying so hard to get myself, you know, back in shape and get myself on the straight and narrow, you know? And I just can't help but beat myself up about it because it's like, damn, man, how could I have let it get like this, you know? I beat myself down. I really, really do. I beat myself down. Elijah, and I just hate that I let myself get to this point. But you know what? I can't do anything except for make changes now, you know? I got to stop beating myself up and just start making the changes. And it's hard, man. It's hard to make those changes when you become set in your ways and you get older. But now I'm trying, you know? I'm glad you got out. I never tried any drugs or was introduced by. I always said no. I found you are here and understand a bit about how difficult. Yeah, what's up, man? We last me longer have an addictive nature. Oh, don't beat yourself up. You done? Yeah, I try not to, but it's hard, you know. But and I try to tell myself like, Nicole, you've overcome this, that, and the third. But here's the thing, you guys. I want to be alive when my son is, when I want to be able to do stuff with my son, and I don't want to have a heart attack. And I have gained weight, and I have high blood pressure now because of it. And so that makes me really scared. It makes Nate scared too, because he doesn't want, we both are scared about it, you know, because I've never had high blood pressure. Huh, Nate? My high blood pressure, huh? My high blood pressure? We worry about it, huh? So now I got to get that taken care of so that way nothing bad happens. Yes, son. Yeah, I will. So I just don't want you guys to make the same mistakes I did and be like, you know, struggling, okay? How many people are in your place and you've been working hard your whole life just to live. Many people are too stubborn to address their issues. Really? That makes me feel a little bit better. At least I'm trying to start looking at it. It's hard. It's like I feel like what has helped me is recovery. Recovery is something that I'm constantly having to like do a self-reflection and like look inside of myself, you know? And so I feel like because I'm in recovery, that's kind of helped me a little bit. But still, man, God, I got to get it together, y'all. I got to get it together, you know? And it makes complete sense now that I know that, you know, all the stuff that's been going on with my teeth, I lost this tooth. That goes along with having, you know, heart health, you know? Wow, you ate a lot of those. You must have been really hungry, huh, buddy? I make him homemade hamburgers, and he chooses to have, what? Pizza pockets instead. That's how kids are. They eat the BS when you make the good stuff. Can't live with them, can't live without them. Okay. And like, but I'm going to take y'all on the journey with me. We're going to get this weight off. I wish that I have some weight from you. I wish I could give it to you, honey. I wish I could give it to you. Whenever you guys tell me that, oh my gosh, I wouldn't even know how to act if I could actually like not have to worry about gaining weight. That would be so freaking awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never ever experienced not struggling with my weight. Hey, Neil. Okay, there we go. All right, good deal. He got it fixed for me. Never mind, because I was like tripping because my washer didn't shake all the water out of the clothes, so they were like soaking wet whenever I went to get them out, and I was like, "Neil, what did you do?" You are, Allie? That's awesome. I have a gym here at my house, you guys. So I can go to the gym anytime I want. I just need to do it. Because, you know, I live in an apartment building now. And so all I got to do is go down to the gym. We have a gym. We have a tanning bed. We have a game room. We have all kinds of cool stuff here at these apartments. We're really, really fortunate. I really love these apartments. I've never lived in an apartment before. It's our first time. I envision myself working out and eating healthy, but my priority right now is getting my life back on track because I put myself in a lot of legal trouble. I'm on house arrest. Oh no, what happened, Nevs? How'd you get on house arrest? What happened? Tell us what happened. I always love a good story time. I've never been on house arrest now. I did get in trouble for possession of meth back when I was, you know, in my active addiction. That was in 2008. I got charged with possession of a controlled substance, a Class C felony, and I was sentenced to probation. So I they put me on probation, and I should have never fucking took probation. I should have fucking just went straight to prison and got it over and done with. But instead, I thought probation would be the best thing because I didn't know any better. And you know how it is. Probation is just a trick. It's just a trick, honey. If you ain't ready to get sober and change your life and you get on probation, you're just going to end up going back to prison or going to prison. You know, and that's what happened to me. I didn't know. I didn't know any better, and I thought that it would be, you know, a good thing for me. And it was the opposite. It was the worst decision I had ever made. And y'all, my probation officer hated my fucking guts. Dude, this woman, she hated me. I swear to God, it was her life mission to make my life a living hell. But that was so long ago, you know. I got my charges in 2008. Went to prison in 2009, got out in 2010, and bada bing, bada boom. What's your views on Sublocade to get off subs? It's a great idea. So for those of you guys that don't know, I work for a Suboxone doctor, and we do the Sublocade shot all the time. One of my really so 2 years ago, a girl called. Her name was Diana, and she needed help. She had 3 kids, and she couldn't afford to pay for her Suboxone treatment. So I called my boss, Dr. B, and I said, "Hey, this girl wants help. She can't afford to pay for her treatment. Can we pay for her first month's treatment?" And he said, "Do you think she's gonna do the damn thing?" And I was like, "Yes." And he said, "Sure, we'll pay for it." So I called her back and I was like, "We're gonna pay for your treatment. Just come on with it." And so she came on with it, and we got her on subs. I got her from fentanyl onto Suboxone. Okay, and then she stayed on Suboxone for about 5 or 6 months, and then we got her on to Sublocade, and she took about 5 shots of the Sublocade, and then she discontinued it, and she's been sober ever since. And that was last March was 1 year, so this March will be 2 years. So. Live about CPS as well. Yeah, I can talk about CPS. Sure. Absolutely. I can make a lot. We can talk about CPS tomorrow if y'all want to. But what my job is, what part of my job is for Dr. B is the new patients we have that are coming to the clinic to get off of fentanyl onto Suboxone. I am what you would call a peer support. So when those people are going through withdrawal and they're sick and they are struggling, Dr. B gives them my phone number, and I call them and help them through their withdrawal and onto Suboxone through their induction. Like, I'm the person that's like, "You can do this." I'm the person that if they are really, really sick and they're saying, "I can't make it, Nicole, I need medication," I can call up Dr. B or Alexis and say, "Hey, I'm on the phone with so-and-so and they're really struggling. Can you call them in some comfort meds?" That's me. I'm the person who is cheering them on and telling them, "Come on, you only got to wait 3 more hours until you can take your Suboxone. Don't give up now." Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm going through the process with them. I've been cussed out. I have been, people cry on the phone with me. They cuss me out. They yell at me. They scream at me.
Or they cuss
all
you
kinds
out
of different
because
things.
they're, like, mad about
They're not mad at me. They're mad because they're not feeling good or they're hurting, you know? I have had it all done. I have been up till 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning without any sleep on the phone with people trying to induct them. It's fun. I like it though. I really enjoy it. But that's part of my job for Dr. B and them is the MAP program. And so I think Sublocade is an amazing medication, and I think it saves so many people's lives. And I will tell you this, a lot of the people that have gotten on Sublocade that have discontinued the use of it, they are still reporting back and telling us that they haven't had any withdrawal. They are not getting sick. Like, it's been a year since Diana, over a year, almost 2 years since Diana took her last Sublocade shot, and she still hasn't had any bad withdrawals. So that's huge, dude. That's huge, you know? So you're probably asking yourself, "Aw, that's awesome. Thanks, Spirit." You're probably asking yourself, "Well, Nicole, why don't you get on Sublocade?" That's a great question. My doctor here in Arkansas, the doctors here are not like the doctors in California. My doctor here in Arkansas, because I am on such a tiny amount of Suboxone, they won't take me back up, take me up on my dose so I can get on the Sublocade shot. Doesn't that suck? It sucks. It really does suck. Can you lower that, Nate?
Grace, tell me about that Adderall.
The Adderall.
Can we beat Granny in 1 second? 3, 2, 1.
I just got busted for ID fraud.
So we're going to talk with Grace about people that buy online black.
Make much sense. How many did we kill? We killed 1, 2, and then we killed 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh man, Nevs, that's
I'm gonna talk to my friend Grace about hallucinogens. Grace, did you?
Nev. It's so crazy that you say that because you know where I used to work at. And honey, I am so grateful that I did not catch a Fed case because honestly, I should have. I used to work for the state of Arkansas at the DMV in my active addiction. I used to make driver's licenses, IDs. I used to tag people's cars, collect their sales tax, make sure that they had insurance on their vehicles, all that. And I was a dumbass. I did some stupid shit. That's how I lost that job, actually. I lost that job because does Dr. B do Zoom visits? He does telehealth, but if you're getting medication, you have to come back and forth to see him every 90 days. Because of the type of medication that he prescribes, a lot of it is narcotic medication. And so he doesn't feel, we could do telemedicine, but because he does the Suboxone and benzodiazepines, like he has people go back and forth every 90 days or so. Now he does coaching with people where we have people that are trying to get off benzos and they don't know how to do it or they need support doing it. And so he coaches people doing that all the time. I gotta wash my face. So I'm sorry you're going through that. So yeah, Dr. B is awesome though. Like whenever my husband was struggling with his relapse, the first person I called was Dr. B. And I put my husband on the phone with him because I trust him and he's just helped me so much. Dr. B is he's my boss, but he's also like my mentor, you know. I look up to him a lot and he helps me, you know, stay in recovery. And so that's why I utilize him as like a mentor / sponsor, you know. But he's the best doctor in the world. Like if you're somebody who's struggling with benzodiazepines, he can get you off benzos. Like we have people that come to us from all over the world, all over the United States of America. People, we have people that come to us from London, England, South Africa. Like seriously, just to get him to have, just for him to help them get off benzos. Crazy, huh? Pretty. I mean, he's pretty smart. He's a genius, I think. Did you really, Nev? It's crazy, huh? Whenever I got that job working for the state of Arkansas, I never thought I would ever get a job like that. But my mom and dad, my dad was actually really good friends with the lady who was like managers over all the revenue offices. And so that's how I got the position. My dad actually was like, he put in a good word for me, and I was in active addiction, and he was like, you better get your butt up there and don't make me look bad, you know. And I ended up doing all this stupid shit and getting fired. I actually worked there though for like 6 years, and so I was a really good worker. I didn't start fucking off until the last part of it, and that's when I started making bad decisions, you know, stupid careless decisions. And it was to fuel my drug habit, you know. Excuse me, sorry y'all. I had gotten to a point in my addiction where I was buying so many pills, and I just didn't have enough money to fuel all that, because not only was I buying my own pills, but I was buying my boyfriend's pills too. Not Neil's, but this other guy who used to beat my ass every day. Fucking horrible guy. But I couldn't afford it, so I started supplementing, you know, my income by doing some hustling shit there. And I'm really fortunate I didn't go down for a long time and get in trouble. I'm grateful. like that way of living is not something that I'm proud of. You know, like I made a lot of mistakes when I was in active addiction, and I'm not proud of it. And I don't want to ever give anybody the idea that I am, because I'm not. Sometimes I wish I could go back and make it different, you know, because I made so many stupid decisions, and I'm like a smart person, and I could have had such a great work, you know, I could have had a really good job and opportunities if I hadn't let my addiction, you know, fuck me off and take hold. But it is what it is. I can't go back and change it. All I can do now is help other people not make the same mistakes that I did, you know? And that's why I make videos and share about my recovery, because I want to help others not make the same mistakes that I made. Yeah. I made stupid choices, and they were all based off of drugs. You know, my need for drugs, my hunger for drugs. I mean, addiction causes all your moral and ethical values to go down the drain. Absolutely, absolutely. And I can actually remember, you guys, like being younger and thinking, I will never, listen to me, I will never shoot up. I will never use drugs in front of children. I will never date a guy who has felonies. I will never smoke crack. Well, you know what, honey? Everything I said I never would do, I did it, and then some. Every single thing. And so that's why I always tell people, never say never, okay? Never say never, because it will all eventually come true. If you're in active addiction, if you're playing with, you know, the piper, and you're out there doing dirt, then eventually you will end up, you know, losing shit. And that's why I think it's really important to let people know, like, it's not cool. It's not cool getting high. It's not cool to still hang out with people that are doing that kind of shit. Like, it's dangerous. Like, if you want to remain sober and you want your life to continue to change in a positive way, you have to disconnect yourself from those people, places, and things, man, because that addiction lifestyle will drag you down, you know? It will drag you down. Oh, thanks, Nevs. I appreciate that compliment. And listen to me. I know what it's like. I used to live that life. I used to run the streets. I used to think I was hot shit, you know? All that shit goes down the drain whenever you become an adult. All that stuff doesn't matter anymore. And, you know, do you think that my landlord cares if I was a hot shit drug dealer when I was younger? Do you think that street cred is going to do anything for me now? When I'm trying to buy a new car or a new home and trying to get a loan, do you think that me fucking being able to shoot the most dope is going to help me get into that new home? Like, all this stuff that I thought was so cool and that I was all fucked up and feeling good, all that shit goes against me now, you know? Hey, Nevs, I understand, honey. I understand. Let's just say I was talking to all the Mexicans, if you know what I mean. And I would have a line out the door of just all Mexicans. Stupid. Stupid. And that kind of stuff right there, that kind of stuff will, you know, really get you in trouble. So that's why you gotta, I mean, I did stupid shit too. Like, we did stupid shit like prescription shit, you know, with prescription pads that my friend had. My husband's friend, his mom was a doctor. Like, that's Crazy shit. I know a lot of people that used to do that kind of stuff, you know, because back in the day before, like the opiate epidemic got really bad, you know, you could go and, excuse me, you could go and get a prescription pad and write a few prescriptions, and you could get it filled easy peasy, chicken deasy, you know, because they weren't as strict. But now, whoo-hoo, honey, that ain't happening now. You could never do that now. They're way too strict. But okay, Neil, you couldn't have picked up all this nasty these blankets for this dog in here, boy.
Just flip it.
No.
She hasn't done anything on that one.
What is she doing? Sleeping in my bed?
Yeah, she hasn't done anything on those ones right there.
Okay.
Those towels. I picked up the other ones.
All right. Look at this. I mean, I'm just so happy with how beautiful it is, you guys. I'm going to really cherish this ring. So this is my ring for Valentine's Day for my husband. And then my next one is going to be for our anniversary. And when y'all see it, it is going to be epic. Epic. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to show it to you guys. It won't be ready until like March. But when I tell you, it's going to be so beautiful. I got to start learning how to care for these opals better because I want to keep them nice, you know? Okay, there we go. So, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me this evening because I really love hanging out with you guys. And I know a lot of y'all were brought here to my channel because of the Jessica Kent shit. But, you know, I love doing recovery. So our anniversary is February 19th. And it is our 3-year wedding anniversary. Our like when we started dating was September 15th, 2012, but we didn't get married until 2019. 2019. And then my birthday is March 8th. So we've been together how long? 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. 9, 15, 12. And I'll never forget the first time I met my husband. I fell in love with him the first time I met him. He was the most amazing man that I've ever met in my whole entire life. I'll never forget it. He opened the car door for me. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, I'm opening the car door for you." And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Because that's what you do for a lady. Like I'm supposed to do that for you." And then we went to the gas station and I needed cigarettes and something to drink. And he walked right in there and bought them for me. And I was like, "Why are you buying my shit?" And he was like, "Because I want to take care of you." And he took care of me. He started taking care of me right away. The moment he knew that I liked him back, he started taking care of me. And just took me under his wing and treated me so good. So good. I'm very grateful for him. Because whenever I met my husband, you guys, I was really struggling in my active addiction. And I didn't really have anybody that I could, trust or anything like that. Like I felt all alone. So when I met my husband, I need to get this ring clean because it's gold and diamonds and it looks like shit. But when I met my husband, he really helped me, y'all. He took a chance on me. Took a chance on my little crazy ass. When you met me and I was all crazy at living in that apartment, when you first met me, did you know that you were gonna be with me for the rest of your life?
I definitely knew I wanted to be with you.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. So he definitely knew he wanted to be with me. Hey! I'm lucky. My husband's a good man. He's a ginger. He's a ginger and he has a soul. Yeah, buddy. Okay, and then we're going to have to get to bed. He's a gentleman. Oh yeah, you guys. Like when I tell you guys, I am so lucky. Okay, I am so lucky to have my husband. Listen to me, and I'm not bragging. Okay, thank you guys so much for real. When I tell you guys, every man that I had ever been with before I met my husband, let me just give you a play-by-play. Okay. I had been in 2 long-term relationships. My first one was Robert. That was my first ever boyfriend, my first ever love, and that was just like immature, teenage kind of shit. Then after that, I started dating this guy named LD, and this dude used to bounce my head off of the fucking concrete. You see this right here? He split my head open. I had to get stitches in my forehead. Like, it was a really bad, abusive relationship. So I went from, being abused, being treated like I was, like, not good enough, like I was not worthy, like I did not deserve love, like I was shit on the bottom of his shoe. I went from being in a relationship like that to meeting somebody who was opening the car door for me, paying for my meals. I was tripping, and I didn't know how to act. And my dad had always told me when I was younger that was how that's how a man will treat you. A good man will take care of you like that, But I had never met a good man before. I had always been in these bad, drug addiction relationships with guys who were, abusive, and messed out. And so, what, baby? How would they not get arrested? Because Mama was so, look at me, because Mama was so sick in her addiction that I wouldn't call the police and tell the police that they were beating me. I would just let them do it because that's how sick I was. Isn't that horrible? Isn't that sad? And what I should have done is I should have called the police and I should have reached out for help. But they had brainwashed me into believing that I deserved to be treated that way. Isn't that sad? That's sad, huh? But I'm not like that no more, honey, and I would never let that happen again because I stand strong on knowing that I deserve love and I deserve respect, and that's what you deserve. Look at me. You deserve love and you deserve respect, and if anybody ever had put their hands on you, you call 911 or you call me. Okay? Call me, baby. What's all these worksheets right here on the ground, Nate? What's all this worksheets and stuff right here? Right here. All right. Well, I love you guys. I'm going to get off here and relax and get Nate situated. I'm very honest with my son about everything. So y'all will see that he's very smart and he listens. And so he knows that his mama has been in addiction. He knows that I've been to prison. He knows that I've, gotten in trouble for the bad things that I was doing when I was in my drug addiction. And he knows now that I help other people get sober. And so he knows a lot about recovery. He can probably teach the class. Huh, Nate? He could teach. Yes, he could. Nate could teach the recovery class. I'm telling y'all right now, he knows. What's up, babe?
You check me out tomorrow, but not
check you out.
Not before Valentine's Day.
Tomorrow we're having your Valentine's Day party from 1 to 2, so it's literally in the afternoon. So what's going to happen is after you eat.
Dad said I could get this $20 game for a Valentine's gift tomorrow.
Okay, after you eat lunch, after y'all have lunch, y'all will go to recess. Then you'll come back to your class. You'll have lunch recess, and you'll come back to class.
Or wait, recess, lunch. And
you'll have like 40 minutes, and then it'll be time for the party.
40 minutes of what?
Like regular class, and then it'll be time for the party, and I'll be there. Okay? So, addiction's a family disease, okay? It's a family disease. So, I could be ashamed and I could lie to my son and I could try to keep it a secret from him, but all that's going to do is do him a disservice and do all of us a disservice. He needs to know that addiction runs in our family, and that if he decides to, you know, with drugs, that he could end up with the same fate that I did. And that's why it's so important for him to understand, like, the disease of addiction and how powerful it is. So I'm not ever going to lie to him about anything. I'm very transparent with him. He knows that he was taken away from me when he was little. He doesn't remember being taken away from me, but I have been honest with him that he was taken from me and that he was put in a foster care home. And, I'm never going to lie to him, because I would rather me tell him those things than someone else tell him for me. And that's always been the way that I looked at it, is I want to be in control. I want to teach my son. I want to tell him what's going on. I don't want anyone else to take that power from me. So I've just been transparent with him since day one. Let's see what y'all are saying. I really appreciate you guys, and I love hanging out with you guys. I know a lot of you guys found me because of the Jessica Kent situation, but we talk about that when it's relevant to what's going on. But like, my channel is about recovery and helping others with recovery, and just being of service to you guys. That's what I'm all about. I love helping people with recovery. I'm learning benzopharmacology class. Oh, hey, Cook, Teo, you need to go look at Dr. B's channel. He just dropped a video. Listen to me, guys. He just dropped a video today called, it's literally, I put it in my community tab, okay? I put the video in my community tab. It's called Suboxone or benzodiazepines. Which do you quit first, or which do you taper off of first? And he has a whole bunch of videos about benzos and all kinds of stuff. So if you're trying to learn anything about the pharmacology of drugs and stuff like that, you should check out Dr. B. He's very, very smart, and you would probably really like his content. I love how honest and genuine you are. You are so, thank you. I really, really appreciate that, Coralie. And I love your name. It's so pretty. Emery, thank you, love. So they made these new things called these new moderators, you guys. And so there's a managing moderator and a standard moderator. So I'm going to go through my old mods and remove a bunch of them. And tomorrow I'm going to mod some new people so you guys can help me with the chat and stuff, But I don't think we'll really have like a bunch of negative people, I know that sometimes people come in, oh, hey, what's up? I know some people come in and they don't know what I'm about, and they might have, like some sass to throw in here. But if you actually like stay in here and hang out with us, like, I love helping people with recovery. I love teaching people about the disease of addiction. I love helping people understand. Like today, we learned about the disease process. And so now that you know the disease process, Emery, now you can identify the steps that are happening as they're happening in your brain. The trigger, the thought, the obsession, the use, the craving. And if you can identify, hey, I'm being triggered right now, or hey, I'm in the thought. I'm in thought mode, or I'm in obsession mode, or I'm craving. If you can identify where you're at in that process, then you can pause and reach out for help, start snitching on your addiction, call somebody, and change that thought, change that process so you don't go down the wrong path. You can take your power back from drugs, alcohol, food, gambling, sex, porn, whatever it is, by knowing what's happening with your body and your brain, right? The disease of addiction is a mind. It's a disease of the brain, a disease of the mind, right? And so it's very, very much so like we have to get ahead of it. And so if you know like these certain things trigger you, that's your homework for tonight. If y'all are really about doing this recovery thing with me, I want you guys to do this tonight. I want you guys to write down all your triggers. I want you to identify your triggers. And then tomorrow when we come back, I want to talk about them. And I want to talk about all of our triggers and how we cope with those triggers. Okay? So identify your triggers. Tonight, I want you to think about it. Okay? What are some things that trigger you? And remember, triggers can be a thought, they can be a smell, they can be a feeling, an emotion. It can be a bottle of pills, it can be a spoon, it could be a sunny day, it could be a birthday party, your 40th birthday party. It can be all these different things, okay? And so identify your triggers, write them down, and we'll talk about them tomorrow, and we'll talk about how to cope with those triggers, okay? Kids are influenced by us. We do not want our kids to go to, yes, exactly. I don't want them to go down the same road I went down. A person, anything, absolutely. Tinfoil, exactly. And so I didn't realize, like, you know, your anxiety can be a trigger. Like, just so many things can trigger us, you know? And so if we can identify our triggers and learn different coping skills, put these coping skills into practical use, okay? Like, if you know that your anxiety is a huge trigger for you, then you can really nail down some good practices that help you to cope with your anxiety, okay? So, like, I'm serious. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. I love you guys so very much, and I appreciate all y'all's support, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? Bye, y'all.